grew up on the same block you grew up on. We had the same trials and tribulations. But you became successful and I became a failure. It made me feel a certain way about myself. Because we had the same, we dealt the same deck of cards. You know what I mean? So I feel like my success affects the people closest to me the most. A person that don't know me might root for me. You know what I mean? And be happy for me. A person that know me and comes from the same environment and had the same core dealt to them, that keep going to jail, don't have no money, never made their parents proud or their mama proud, never did anything that they could look in the mirror and be proud of. You know what I mean? It can make you feel a certain way, and it's intense. And that shit manifests into jealousy, hate, violence. You know what I mean? It's deep because it's a stigma about artists becoming Hollywood, especially street artists going Hollywood. But it's almost like you gotta sacrifice yourself for the opinions of others. You know what I mean? Some people look at you as a keep.
Right up here on Airways and catch you. I'm talking about I was just standing out here just seeing this shit. You talking about back up now. Damn. Ooh wee. I never seen no shit like this. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. They say this Dolph. They say this Dolph. They say this Dolph. I zoom out the shit. I'm talking about them folks just mind lit that mother now, Lord. And now they want to block me. Yeah. Man, I already got what I had to get.
They weren't paying attention. They were looking in the stove, trying to order food.
I'm finna come here. Trying to get this view while they trying to cover some shit up. I want to see him on the stretcher to be for sure that's him. Oh, hell no.
Y'all already closed. We can't go that way or that way.
Damn. Right. They got us blocked in, baby. Man, I'm talking about, I'm just not, man, I'm talking about this shit crazy. I'm standing right at the fucking store seeing all this shit happen, like, in front of me. Man. I'm finna roll. They being petty, y'all. I gotta go. They talking about, we ain't no witness. We gotta go.
Let me take you through both of these arrests because it's remarkable they both happened on the same day. First, Justin Johnson. We first showed you this picture last week. U.S. Marshals identified and said they were searching for him, Justin Johnson. While we saw social media posts Johnson would turn himself in, he never did. Instead, today, Johnson, who calls himself Straight Drop, released a new music video. This new music video. Now, the song is called Track Hawk and makes references to violence, including a line about 50 gunshots in 20 seconds and about wearing a mask. Today, 3 independent sources told me the rapper was captured in Terre Haute, Indiana, along a highway between Indianapolis and Louisville. That's about 6 hours away from Memphis. Now, the second suspect, who until this point has not been named. But check this out. My sources now say the suspect is Cornelius Smith. Here's his mugshot that was taken today. Matter of fact, a couple of hours ago. Earlier today, Smith was in the custody of the DeSoto County Jail. Just before this newscast, his charges were upgraded to first-degree murder, and he was extradited to Memphis. The offense date points to November 17th, the day Young Dolph was murdered. My sources say Smith is the second gunman accused of killing Dolph. My source also says he is the man in the surveillance video wearing the Bass Pro hat.
Say y'all.
Yeah, this is right there.
Stop it here.
It's me.
Can you stop it? All right. We're gonna back up. I might wanted to, back up a little bit. All right. First guy out of the car, who's that?
It's me.
That's you? Which one of the guns do you have?
I got the little Draco stab gun.
Okay, that's that semi-automatic weapon, is that right?
Yeah.
You ever shot that thing before?
Nah, I ain't never shot one of them.
Okay. You can proceed, Iris. That's your Gap hoodie, is that right?
Yeah, it's me.
That's you, who are you shooting at?
Young Dolph.
All right, now back it up again, Miss Iris, if you would. Back it up for Justin getting out of the car. All right, who's the second person here that got out of the driver's side?
It's just,
He's got the smaller handgun, is that right?
yeah, bad baseball hat. Bad pro baseball hat.
You're firing this crazy thing. What you see? What are you feeling?
I wasn't feeling nothing at the time, but I ain't gonna even lie. I wasn't feeling nothing at the time. I was just, trying to get some money.
Trying to get some money? Bet you probably would have wasted on oxycodone and ecstasy.
Trying to do something like that.
You shot that gun a bunch?
Right in there?
Right then and there.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I shot. I can't tell you.
Aiming for Dolph?
No, I ain't know.
Was he able to say anything to y'all, or was he able to run or get away at all?
I shot through the glass, so I wasn't close up on him. I was shooting through the glass.
Okay.
I saw him standing by the window. I just got out and started shooting.
All right. You can proceed till Justin shoots. There with the handgun. Who's that?
It's just,
All right. You can proceed. All right, you stop right here. It's Dolph's brother, Marcus. Did you know that he shot back at y'all?
I ain't noticed until we pulled out. There was a bullet hole in my side window. And I told Jason, I'm like, man, I'm hit. He was like, I'm hit too. So I see I'm hit right here on my leg, and I see a bullet hole in my sweater. I said, damn, I'm hit. So we driving out, he was saying he was hit. I'm talking to him, making sure we on Rick, making sure he's straight. I'm like, you alright? He's like, yeah, I'm straight. But the bullet head went in my arm, and it was a bullet in my back.
I'm gonna back up. You and Justin here are running to the white Mercedes, is that right?
Alright,
You get in what side of the car?
I get on the passenger side.
And Justin gets back in the driver's side?
Yeah, he get back in the driver's side.
Y'all get in the car. You can watch the rest of the video here. Did y'all see Marcus getting a second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out, and I knew it was shots fired, I was finna shoot back, but there were too many cars coming, and I ain't just want to hit no anybody, so I ain't shoot back.
Because Marcus was shooting at y'all as y'all were leaving from down here, is that right?
Yeah,
And you would be in the car at this point,
yeah, we was in the car.
looking backwards?
Yeah, I was looking back, but we had, like, how we were driving, like, how he was driving, he was all the way on the other side, but, you know, so I ain't want to just shoot back and hit nobody.
So the shots, all the shots that you fired were the ones we saw right here with Dolph, is that right?
Yeah,
And Justin too?
yeah.
All right, so y'all didn't shoot back at Marcus as y'all were
Nah, we ain't
driving.
shoot back at him.
November 17, 2021 is a day that will forever impact my life. On that day, it felt as if our whole world stopped The pain of that moment was felt not only by myself and my family, but also the city and the fans around the world. In just a few seconds, a crucial part of my life was ripped away, leaving a void that will never truly be filled. Our family's holiday plans turned from gatherings of joy to grief, anger, and sadness. There will be no more moments of hearing his voice, no hugs, no family trips, no celebrations, and no laughter shared together. Those plans now exist only as memories. An unexpected death like this cuts differently, leaving behind a unique pain many can't imagine, especially when it happens so suddenly and violently. One day we're talking on the phone, sharing the newest addition to the family, and the next he's brutally taken from us while on his way to give back to the community. A horrific loss that has haunted my family every day for the past 3 years. We went from not knowing if 2 of our family members were safe to learning that my brother witnessed a tragedy that no one should have to endure. The anger, anxiety, and grief we feel aren't isolated to me alone. They're felt by our entire family. Explaining to my nephew that his father wouldn't be coming home was unimaginable. But in that moment, I saw strength in him. A strength that could only come from God and the spirit of his family, my brother Dolph. In a world full of envy, jealousy, and arrogance, many fail to realize the impact of their actions until it's too late. Yet Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph, understood the value of giving back. He created a legacy that will endure long after this tragedy. Unlike those who committed this cowardly act, Dolph lifted up his community. He extended his hand to those who needed it most and encouraged those around him to rise higher. Our family will never be the same, but we are committed to honoring his memory and vision, ensuring that the legacy of Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. remains as powerful as ever. I think about him every day, the greatness he achieved not just for himself, but for so many others. Death like this isn't something you forget. You learn to live with it, as healing is a continuous journey. And to the one responsible for taking him from us, know this. You may deny your actions, but the evidence speaks clearly. You've shown yourself to be driven by jealousy and cowardice. You may have tried to take a man down for the sake of envy, but in the end, have lost far more than you could ever gain. The world sees you now for what you are, and as justice has spoken, you and all of those connected to this incident will forever be known as the man who chose envy and jealousy over humanity. Thank you.
I'm going to find and sentence Mr. Johnson on conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, 35 years. As a range 2 offender. To the convicted felon in possession of a firearm, I'm going to sentence him to 15 years. As a range 2 offender. State has asked this court to run these sentences consecutively. They've asked me to find that the defendant is an offender whose record of criminal activity is extensive. They've also asked me to find that he is a dangerous offender whose behavior indicates little or no regard for human life and no hesitation about committing a crime in which the risk to human life is high. court also has to find that circumstances around this offense are aggravated. That confinement for an extended period of time is necessary to protect society from the defendant's unwillingness to lead a productive life and the defendant's resort to criminal activity in furtherance of an anti-societal lifestyle. And the aggregate length of the sentences reasonably relate to the offense of which the defendant stands convicted. The state argues as to the defender having a record of criminal activity that is extensive, that the court can consider not just his prior history, which the court's already talked about, the 3 prior aggravated robberies, 3 prior aggravated assaults in the federal firearms case, but also this first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and convicted felon in possession of a handgun. It's unfortunate that we've witnessed Mr. Johnson's progression in violent activity. He's had these prior convictions which dealt with firearms, which dealt with violence, and the lack of regard for human life. And it didn't get any better, it got worse. A whole lot worse. The state also argues as to the dangerous offender that the defendant was not motivated because of fear or hate, that this was greed and money and fame. This was just a hit, a way for him to further his career. The defense argues that practically that no other time above the life sentence that he's already been sentenced to will protect the community. The defense argues that the life sentence will make Mr. Johnson eligible for parole somewhere around 70 or in his mid-70s. And there's no need to protect the community any further because of that life sentence. I don't know that the court agrees with that. That sounds good. I don't know that the court agrees with that. These were crimes that were committed in our community in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, other people around, for greed. Greed, money, and fame. I'm going to run count 1 and count 3 concurrently. But consent to the life sentence.